Well, P.E.I. has such a wealth of great musical talent for such a small place, and a new band based in Summerside is getting lots of attention these days. Chaotically Zen has its first CD launch on June 30th at the Guild in Charlottetown. Two members of the group, Jackson Dohart and Corey Ellis, dropped by to share some music with us. I want to thank you both so much for coming in.
No problem.
Tell us a little bit about your group, where you play, how you formed, that sort of thing.
Me and my good buddy Lex, who plays the keys, just used to hang out and listen to music all the time. I taught him how to play the organ specifically for this group. That's about it. We met Jackson on Kijiji, came over, and since the first jam, we figured he was the right guy.
How long ago was that?
10 months ago.
Yeah, 10 months. 10 months.
Well, I think we have a very, strong idea of the sounds that we want to replicate. We have some influences. I think that The Doors, certainly, and Bill Withers would be another one, I think. That, we have sounds that we really like, and at the same time, Corey is a very talented songwriter and performer. So for Lex and me, it's easy. We just go and we play the songs and we have a great time.
Chaotically Zen. Where did that name come from?
I guess it's like balancing chaos and Zen, right? Like that's where the inspiration for me comes from. Kind of living on the edge, but then retreating back into like a
more relaxed vibe.
A boring state, but then having a lot of fun while I'm in the chaotic state.
How long have you been writing songs?
I really started, I guess, 2 or 3 years ago, but these last 10 months have been where I did most of my work.
Tell us about the music that you play. What's the sound?
I would say it's like a kind of 70s rock vibe. We've got our keyboardist, who isn't here with us today, but you'll hear on the song in a moment. He has that kind of old Hammond B3 or Vox Continental sound, and I think a lot of rock groups today maybe don't have that. That's more of a retro sound. So that's, I think, a really important part of it. And there's real interplay on some tracks, I think, if you listen to the album, between the electric guitar and the organ, where they kind of merge into one sound, and it sounds really nice. So I think that's a big part of the kind of sound that we've achieved.
It's interesting. I mean, you're young guys, and yet you're attracted to this sort of retro sound. How did that come about, do you think?
I mean, my father always listened to that kind of music, so I fell in love with it, and I think it's a little modern still. Like, it's still got a modern feel to it, but I mean, it holds true to that value of psychedelic nature, kind of.
When we actually recorded this album, which was actually at the New Scotland Yard in Dartmouth, which is a studio owned by Joel Plaskett, we used older equipment for a lot of it to try and replicate that older sound. So the actual organs that are used are old 70s Hammond B3, Hammond M100. The drums are old Ludwig drums. So and the recording was all done on analog tape, which a lot of recording isn't done anymore. It's all digital. So in the equipment that we used, we actually, I think, we're also able to contribute to that sound we're talking about.
So really going old school in every way here. Well, we can't wait to hear it. Why don't you set up a song for us, Corey?
All right, this one is Where Have You Been? I wrote it with my good friend Jesse Straight. How I write them is we get the music and then I just sing until we find something we like, lyric-wise. And
so the music comes first and you put the lyrics
in
afterwards?
most cases, yeah, most cases.
And this song also features a violin solo by a guest performer on the album named Kurt MacLeod.
Knock on my back door, come on in, out of the rain, we can go outside where wonder as we both stare to take off your disguise. Come into it just for me. I think you will be wise. All I wanna know is where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? Alright, yeah. Gonna be some rainy days. That's okay. Sometimes don't believe in anything. Watch you run so far, far, fast away. Watch you fade into the rain of love, yeah. Knock on my back door. Come on in, out of the rain. We can go outside where the weather decides to take. Look at me with those eyes. Just wanna know what you see. Take off your disguise. All I wanna know is where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? Alright, yeah. Where have you been?
Well, it's a great sound. Tell us about what else people can hear on the CD. What other kinds of songs are featured?
I think it's a really nice mix of different sounds. I think in our selection of which songs we've written that end up coming on the record, there's some more kind of harder rock sounds, also a couple of poppier ones, and then that kind of blues rock genre as well. So I think that anybody listening to it will definitely hear a kind of variety of tastes throughout.
I enjoyed the recording process, but I mean, it gets tedious. How long did it take us? 3 days or something?
Yeah, we did 3 days over at New Scotland Yard. Yeah.
Wow, they would have been long days too, I expect.
Yeah, long days, but I think one of the things that really helped us is that we played a lot in the past 10 months, and we were really well rehearsed. So a lot of the songs we did were first takes. We just sat down and recorded them. So I think that probably made it easier. And then we ended up doing some editing later and overdubs and so forth. But the kind of foundation of the songs, I think, came out fairly easily.
Also, Thomas was a great engineer, and he was really easy to work with. So
Yeah,
That
Thomas
helps,
Stager,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
he knew what he was doing.
Tell us about the big launch and the name of the CD, Liquid Diet, is that right?
Yeah, the album release show, our CD launch, is going to be at the Guild on June 30th, 8 o'clock p.m. We're going to be opened by Midnight Society, which is a Charlottetown band that's really good, that everybody, I'm sure, will enjoy. And people can get tickets by going to the Guild box office or online, the Guild website as well.
It's been terrific meeting you. Best of luck in the future.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you too.
Jackson Doard and Corey Ellis are two members of the group Chaotically Zen. That CD launch, a reminder again, is on June the 30th at the Guild in Charlottetown.